Get free, be me, work it effortlessly. Do what you love and then allow the prosperity. You got this. Make good, make it your own. You know you got the power in your mind, heart, body, and soul to grow dreams, grow faith, grow you. Create authentically in the garden of good. Live, and love. In a garden gonna dig big and trust. In the garden gonna create, elevate, celebrate, and love. To the garden. I know it's a lot to say right out the gate that we're going to do all of that we're going to pray, we're going to play, we're going to slay, we're going to give, we're going to live, we're going to do so much in the Garden of Good. It's a lot. I know. I get that. But I think we kind of do that every single week. We do all that. So welcome to the Garden of Good, you beautiful, beautiful people who are here with me live, and those of you who watch this later. Hello. Welcome to the Garden of Good. The Garden of Good is here to nourish creativity and connection with contemplative play. We make good, knowing that all good is everywhere present all the time, but we make good consciously by showing up honestly and creating together. There are 4 quarters you have just entered. We have all just entered the mind quarter. I'm so excited, which means every quarter we pick a new root and a new fruit, something we want to work on the inside, something we want to develop on the outside. I'm excited to share what my root is. I picked it for this quarter. Kindness first, mostly to yourself. Be very gentle as you create, as you're creative. I don't want you to be critical of yourself in here. I want you to have fun. Be kind to yourself. Put down your critic for anyone else too. You know, just put the critic in the closet for this class, or invite it in to sit quietly beside you. We're not mad at the critic. We just don't really want it to, be fed in any way. Just open you will experience some joy today if you allow it. And gardener's choice, you can sing when I tell you to sing. You can draw when I tell you to draw, or you don't have to. Do whatever you want. You just hang out. You could literally sit here and hang out and eat your dinner and do none of this. And that would be great. We love you. We just want you here. Camera is always optional. And I wrote the word confidential because I want you to know that I fucking curse and I don't care. And that's just important to know up top that this is a free place. You can say whatever you want. It is recorded. And if you share anything personal, then I usually cut out that stuff. Okay. First thing we do, it's an Amy Steinberg gathering. We're going to sing. Every week, I write a new chant for us to get us prepared for what we're about to do. So we're going to do some sea blues today because it's kind of a bluesy kind of day, isn't it? We're entering a new time. Spring is here. There's craziness in our government and in the world, and we just want to be open to the possibility of goodness. My mind is open. My mind is clear. You're going to get it right away. My mind is making good right now, right here. Now, I hear you singing, and I'm going to mute you only because there's a time delay. That's the only reason you're muted. You sound beautiful, but if it's not on time, it will sound crazy. So, that's it. You got it, though, already. It goes like this. My mind is open. My mind is clear. My mind is making good right now, right here. Something like that. Made it up. My mind is open. My mind is clear. My mind is making good right now, right here, right here. My mind is open. My mind is clear. My mind is making good right now, right here. My mind is open. My mind is clear. My mind is making good right now, right here. Right now, right here. My mind is open. Come on. My mind is clear. My mind is making good right now, right here. Right now, right here, right now. right now, right here, right now, right here, right now, right now, right here, right now, right here, right now, right here. Come on. Right now, right here, right now, right here, right now, right here. My mind is open. My mind is clear. My mind is making good, it's making good, it's making good right now, right here, right now, right here. My mind is open, yeah, yeah, yeah. Are you feeling your mind opening as you sing about it? Ooh, ay, 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 ay. Who did I invite to do the opening? Martha, right? I invited Martha to do an opening affirmation. And
Hi, everybody. Okay, I'm unmuted. Cool. My mind is open, clear, and ready to be joyously, creatively expressed. I am aware of the power of my mind, the nature of my consciousness. There is a calm knowing, an ever-evolving awakening that I tune into as I flex my creative mind. My mind is a glorious design, and I am grateful for it today. My mind is open, clear, and ready
to be
joyously,
joyously,
creatively
creatively expressed.
expressed.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm muted.
I am aware of the power of my mind, the nature of my consciousness. There is a calm knowing, an ever-evolving awakening that I tune into as I flex my creative mind. My mind is a glorious design, and I am grateful for it today.
And let's get right into our first sort of creative work this morning, which is the gift of gratitude. So I'm going to invite you into your book now. If you don't have my book, Make Good, then you can just write whatever we're doing in your journal. But if you do have the book, Make Good, then you are going to turn to page 83. And we're going to start with gratitude. That's the way we've been starting this year. And what we do is we do unmute. And as we write our gratitude list, we share it. And this right here is my inner black cat. I did a whole series of paintings of her. Her name is Madame Le Grand Chaton. She's the big fat pussy cat. And the title of this painting was "Calm That Pussy Down." Yeah, and it was about meditation, and it said Madame reminds herself to calm that pussy down. Yeah, okay. I'm going to read this. Mind is the place where dreams, thoughts, ideas, fears, consciousness itself lives. The mind can be a dangerous neighborhood for some of us. My mind is the reason I've created this book, to practice massaging it into a state of relaxation, joy, peace, acceptance. The mind is substance and can be molded with practice, dedication, presence, and time. I love how words have multiple meanings. I don't mind means that I don't care too much. I don't hold it in my consciousness. I'm worried about it. My mind rarely doesn't mind. My mind is always minding. Sometimes I wish it weren't so mindy. It's a really cool turning point on the journey of life when you learn about the power of your mind, when you become aware of awareness and the creative power that comes from focusing it. It becomes clear that you are responsible for your life. If you want to know what you mind, look at your life. When I look at the good in my life, I see a place where I can imagine, create, and ponder. I use my mind for constructive things like art, music, conversation, connection. The mind is a wonderful place, and the good that comes from it is endless. The good I shall make of my mind is that I have one at all. What good do you find in your mind? Write about the magic of your mind. You know, the mind is pretty awesome, isn't it? And during our first doodle, which I'm going to show you now. Oh, Somra just got here. Welcome, Somra. Glad you're here. Welcome, welcome. We just finished the gratitude list and we're about to start on our first little doodle. And it just immediately came to me this morning that I wanted to doodle the neighborhood of my mind. This is the neighborhood of my mind. Now, this can be a general sketch if you don't want to start from scratch on your own mind, and I will guide you through this sketch. But for instance, my mind this morning felt like a dirty old country, dusty old country road. It felt like I was out in the middle of the country. It was calm. I had a couple neighbors, but I was kind of alone. I was a little bit lonely. And that's kind of what I drew today. But you might be feeling a little different. You might be feeling like your mind is a crazy busy city and you want to draw a bunch of buildings. Or you might feel that your mind is, much like mine. So this is my doodle, how I started this doodle. If you would like to, try this one. I started with the sun and I just made that yellow curve, and I'm going to show you, I always do the doodles twice so that I can show you. So this is it completed, the one you see, and then I'm going to do it again. And I want to remind you, if you are doodling in your book on page 81, there is a page for doodling. I implore you to put another piece of paper, if possible a thicker one. I have a thick piece of paper in between so you don't bleed through to your next page if you're using markers. If you're using crayons or pencils, it doesn't matter, of course. But what I did was I first made just a sun shape and then the horizon like this. And I'm going to take out that piece behind it because you can't really see. See, I just made a little sun and a horizon, and it was about 3/4 of the way up the page. And you know what? Your neighborhood right now, the neighborhood of your mind, the sun might not be shining, It might be a cloudy day in your mind. Whatever you feel your mind, the neighborhood that you're in today, I felt like my mind was like if you ever drive down a country road at sunrise, it felt like that. So that's kind of what I tried to capture with a little sunrise. Now your sun might be full out, right? The next thing that I drew was the road. And roads, when you draw them, of course, they're going to get bigger as they get close to you if you want to try to give them some kind of perspective, right? We've done these before, little roads like that. You see how the squiggle at the sun is much smaller, right? And then it widens out, so it looks like it's coming toward you. And then the next thing that I did was I created a barn because I felt like I put a little barn down there. And the barn was like where I lived. And then I made 2 little other houses. I think at this point you probably know, what you're doing with yours. You don't have to be doing what's mine, but I made little driveways out to these little houses. Thinking these are my neighbors, these are my friends, these are my fellow gardeners. And then I filled it in with just lush fields of grass and flowers and trees, and again, you might feel that your mind right now is more like barren, I want you to create from a place of making good, but I also want you to create from a place of honesty. However you want to personify your mind right now. I know mine is very fertile. right now. My mind has so many ideas. And I'm just going to show you what I have here. I was just making some grass. But this is not the greatest doodle in the world. I wanted this to be your own. And then, of course, I put some clouds in the sky, which when I make a cloud, I very often will add a spiral in it like that. And again, this is your own. Make it your own. I also want to just note before I go on, that I also wrote words across it that I was feeling. I wrote my mind is a country road today, and I wrote the word growth. I wrote some gray clouds because I was having some lonely thoughts, some lonesomeness. I said I feel far away. I put colorful because I feel very colorful right now in my life and my mind. Clarity because I do feel clear. I feel many blessings in my mind. And so I just wrote those little words, to kind of describe. This was the original one. And that dirt road was sort of an important part of my neighborhood, All right, I'm going to go ahead and mute you guys now while usually I'll write a talk or something like that for while you're doodling. And the mind, the topic of mind makes me think of science and thoughts and advances and things like that. So I wanted to, as you were doodling, to just kind of talk about the mind and talk about these interesting or maybe not so new to us facts, but things that are kind of cool to remember about our mind. So, first thing I have here is your brain physically changes with experience. This is called neuroplasticity. The brain rewires itself based on what you think, feel, and do. In other words, repeated thoughts literally strengthen neural pathways. We've heard that before, but it's good to remember that your brain is actually physically changing as you make new ways of seeing things, as you make new choices, and that is so cool. Because I think sometimes people don't start upon the spiritual path or upon any kind of change because they think, well, it's not going to change me. Like, I am who I am. I'm always going to be depressed, or I'm always going to be whatever. And the truth is that it actually physically changes your brain. And you have been in New Thought long enough, or have been around, a positive type of person. It does change you. It changes you. Your brain physically changes. Thoughts can alter brain structure. Studies using MRI scans show that practices like meditation, and we've heard this for years now, that meditation can increase gray matter density. I mean, that's amazing. It builds your brain. And especially in areas related to memory, what I was talking about at the top, empathy, and emotional regulation. These are things that are really important to me right now, especially as I get older. My memory is acting up a little bit. So remembering that meditation can strengthen your brain structure itself. And AJ pointed out to me that I'm not meditating as much as I have in the past. So I've got to get back on it. It's the mind quarter. So I did this morning. Okay, here's another one. Attention reshapes reality. Neurologically, this isn't like, woo-woo. What you focus on strengthens neural circuits. We kind of already talked about that, but in simple terms, what you pay attention to grows in the brain. This was fascinating. Memory is reconstructive, not recorded. I'm going to say that again. Memory is reconstructive, not recorded. Each time you recall something, your brain rebuilds the memory, meaning memories can subtly change over time. That's crazy. That's like time warp stuff. That's like Gene Houston's work, that kind of stuff. The placebo effect is measurable and powerful. Belief alone can trigger real physiological changes, reducing pain, altering brain chemistry, and even improving symptoms in clinical trials. So, I'm taking a fake GLP-1. It's a Swiss cake roll. That's pretty funny. The sense of self is constructed. Neuroscience suggests that there is no single self center in the brain. Your identity emerges from multiple interacting processes. I love that. Who you think you are is constructed. You experience about 6,000 to 7,000 thoughts per day, just an estimate. While debated, studies suggest thousands of thoughts occur, many repetitive. Like 85% or something. We already said this, but I'm saying it again. Neurons that fire together wire together. The foundational principle of neuroscience, often attributed to Donald Hebb, explains learning, habit formation, and emotional conditioning. What you think about, you bring about. What you think about, you bring about. Experiences. These are the things that are recorded. So if you happen to miss a garden and you want to go back and say, what did we do creatively? A lot of the stuff that we do when we're in a group like that, I cut out because I don't want anybody to feel like they're being spread all over the world. So I'm excited about this new silly thing. We're going to do a mind weather report, and I'm going to give you an example of one. And it's going to be dramatic-ish, kind of. I'll give you an example. Here's mine. Welcome to the weather report of my mind. Good evening, everyone. So I want you to imagine that you're on a news station, right? Good evening, everyone, and welcome to today's forecast, coming to you live from my inner landscape. Right now, we're seeing a strong front of creativity moving in from the northeast. It's swirling around questions like, what can I paint next? Will I find more sequins at the thrift store? But some troubling news. There is a high pressure system of should I go on a diet building just off the coast. It's bringing in a critical nature and an awareness of the snug feelings of the pants that I'm wearing. In the southern region of my mind, we've got warm, steady currents of self-love. They've been increasing throughout the day, and honestly, we love to see it. Now, over to the downtown district, there's a little fog of, what was I just doing? Visibility is low. Keys may be missing and phones may be in the refrigerator. We're not entirely sure. And this just in exciting. There's 100% chance of joy breaking through later this evening, possibly in the form of laughter, connection, or someone realizing something really beautiful about themselves. And then what we will do, I know that one was a little bit long, but what I wanted to point out to you, what I did there was I had a few different things. Oh, there's Rev Lorraine. Oh, Rev Lorraine, you're here just in time for our second creative expression. We were just talking about you in Saskatoon. I was wondering where you were. So welcome, 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 welcome. The exercise we're about to do is reporting on the weather inside of your mind. Now, that was very long. Mine was very long, but I highlighted a couple different things here that you can sort of use as guides. First of all, I said a strong front. If you were having a strong front coming in right now, what would it be? Here's some ideas in case you don't think of anything. high pressure system. If there was a high pressure system, what might that be in your mind? How about the southern region of your mind? What does that mean to you? Or what has 100% chance of breaking through for you? So I am going to give you 5 whole minutes. I'll put on some relaxing music, or we'll just sit in quietude while you write your weather reports. And you can make them, you don't have to make them nearly as long as mine. I made it long so that you had several examples. And then what we're going to do is we're going to play tag. So for instance, I would say, and let's move on to Anne. What's your forecast today? Every week since we started the garden, I've made an affirmation card. Look at how many I have. So many. And every week I write a new one that connects with what we did today. So I wrote, as I bring order, because order is my root, as I bring order to my mind, I see that its neighborhood is getting safer. As I bring order to my mind, I see that its neighborhood is getting safer. So that's my current affirmation. And I want to give you a minute to write an affirmation. Thank you so much for love offerings that you can give to me through Venmo or Cash App or any kind of way. There's all kinds of ways. And also a reminder of our Gardengram idea. What we do is we have a list of addresses for our gardeners, and you can send off a card in the mail, just a hello or a piece of art or a doodle or something. Joellen sent me a love offering in the mail, and she sent it with me with one of her doodles, which was so cool. So this is my way of saying thank you, thank you, thank you. Seeing the more evident the light will be. Just take a deep, soft breath in. If you want to close your eyes, just let go for a moment. Take another breath in and feel your body soften, your face, your shoulders. Just let yourself arrive right here and right now. Imagine that you're standing at the entrance to your inner world, the neighborhood of your mind. There's a path in front of you, and it's got a sign with your name on it. As you begin to walk, just notice what's here. You might find wide open streets, thoughts flowing like a gentle breeze, easy, spacious, alive. You might see tree-lined paths, ideas growing like leaves, fresh and vibrant. There may be bright, colorful homes of creativity, music, art, imagination moving freely through the air. You might come across a neighborhood of inspiration where new ideas sparkle and possibilities feel endless. Maybe there are open fields, expansive, quiet, full of potential, where anything can be created. Just wander for a moment. Notice what feels beautiful, what feels alive, what feels like you. And as you imagine walking, you remember that this neighborhood responds to you. With every loving thought, something grows. With every moment of curiosity, something opens. With every breath, there is more space. Breathing now. Allowing yourself to step into a fully open mind, a mind that is spacious and clear, free to explore, like standing under a vast sky where ideas drift in like the clouds and move with ease. There is room here for creativity, for joy, for something new to emerge. in this openness, you can play, you can imagine, you can become new ways of seeing. And from this beautiful space, think of one thought, a vision, a gentle knowing, something that you'd love to grow. Maybe your root, and place it anywhere in your neighborhood and feel how it naturally belongs. One more breath in, releasing, feeling the openness, the possibility, the life within you. And as you return, know that this place is always here. It's yours. And when you're ready, softly open your eyes. Play, as opposed to homework. Something if you want to think about the garden during the week. Keep a root journal. We tried this last quarter, where I have a little journal. It's like a little thing that I carry around, and whenever I practiced trust, I would try to jot it down. I'd try to remember to put it in my journal. So for order, I'm going to try to keep track of all the things that I put in order in my mind and as a fruit. Remember to mind your mind. Think good thoughts on purpose. I know this is really beginner stuff, but this is the stuff. Now, the Garden of Good, I do play the song again at the end, but we always hang out for another few minutes after the song, and for the record, I do it for the recording. And then again, you can always go online and look at old stuff, or check into any of these things during the week. So I'm going to play the song now, and if you want to hang out, you can. But I just want you all to know, in case you didn't look on your phone, that our beloved president, who we love because we love all people, no matter what you believe, we send love to the president and to our government, no matter what. Because I tell you what, I put a video up that said "fuck Trump," that me saying that or something like that, and somebody wrote me a note. They were really disappointed in me, and it really hit me hard, because I was like, that is disappointing. I'm a minister. I'm a spiritual leader, and I don't want to say fuck our president. So, yeah, I mean, I didn't vote for him, but and it doesn't really matter who you vote for here in the Garden of Good. But my point is that there is a declaration anyway that he's giving. They are coming to some sort of agreement. He's not going to bomb them into smithereens tonight. So, hey, our prayer worked. How cool is that? So, anyway, on that note, just knowing, affirming peace, inner peace, outer peace, world peace, inner truth, outer truth, world truth, connection, creativity, and love. I love you. Stick around if you want to hang out. Bye-bye.
Garden of Good creativity. We get free, be me, work it effortlessly. Do what you love and then allow the prosperity. You got this. Make good, make it your own. You know you got the power in your mind, heart, body, and soul to grow dreams, grow faith, grow you. Create a